Today, in Freeport, 82-year-old Loretta Lang is struggling to make ends meet. She lives alone and relies only on her pension. She has to pay utilities, groceries, and buy medication. She now must pay more for groceries, more for electricity, which is about to increase in Grand Bahama, and VAT has now been added to her medication. Loretta Lang must make real life decisions on whether to pay groceries or whether to buy medication. Just last week, I was at the food store and I was stopped by a lady. She said, "Mr. Thompson, do you see these prices?" I said, "Yes, they are getting really bad." She said, "I thought they said it was a new day." But I said, "Yes, it's a new day. But they didn't say it would be a good day."
My God, my God, my God, my God.
Thousands of Bahamians are asking themselves the same question. Mr. Party Leader and Mrs. Pintard, parliamentary colleagues, former Prime Minister, MCMs, Women's Association, torchbearers, my fellow delegates, Bahamians, good evening. There is no greater issue that faces Bahamians today than rising prices because of inflation. First, we were told there is nothing that can be done about inflation. Yes, we know this is caused by outside forces, but we should be doing all that is possible to mitigate the effects of inflation, not just sitting by and letting it happen. But let me help you for a second. Here is some of the things we could be doing to immediately mitigate the effects of inflation. Number one, just remove VAT from bread basket items. Restore VAT to 12% on property transactions of millionaires above $2 million and use that money to help the poor. Remove VAT on all locally produced food. Eliminate customs duty, excise taxes, shipping fees on certain items to reduce the cost of food and goods landed in the Bahamas. Provide more funding for fishermen and farmers through grants. Increase backyard farming and community farming projects. Simple. Increase the amount provided for social services food assistance program and increase the amount of people eligible to get the program. Increase the amount provided for school lunch program. Just follow what the FNM had planned to do with universal breakfast and universal school lunch. And pay the school vendors more money. Increase the amount provided for electricity assistance. Now this one especially for Grand Bahama, because our electricity is going up. Reinstate, let me say it again, reinstate the National Food program started by the FNM. And reinstate unemployment assistance program, again, started by the FNM. FNMs. The PLP told us that this was going to be a new day. But there were some secrets that they did not tell us. They didn't say a word that VAT was going to be added on bread basket items. They didn't say a word that VAT was going to be added to your medication. That's secret number one. The Ministry of Finance, they didn't say that the Ministry of Finance now says that all the new revenue that they are projecting will come from new tax measures. Secret number two. They didn't say that they revealed in their first fiscal strategy that in the next fiscal year, beginning this July, that the government projects some secret tax or secret cuts to the budget, like cutting compensation to employees by $70 million. Can you imagine the public servants' salaries being cut by $70 million? Tell me, whose jobs is getting cut? They didn't say a word about the other secret cuts buried in their fiscal strategy report. They didn't tell the Family Islands about the plan to cut funding of local government districts by $1 million. It's in the fiscal strategy report. They didn't tell the public service that they will cut your budget by $25 million come July. They didn't tell. And I want you all to think about this one. They didn't tell the police that they will cut their budget by $10 million come July. Imagine cutting the police force by $10 million. The defense force by $5 million. Now hold on. You think that one bad? How could you be serious about education? When you plan to cut education by $30 million come July's budget. FNMs, we must hold their feet to the fire. Keep the fire burning in our soul. FNMs, family. Can we talk? We family, right? This is a defining moment for our party and for our country. While the election is over, have we really learned the lessons from this election? You know, my mother used to say, boy, if you don't listen, you're gonna feel. We family. Real talk. FNMs. Failure is not final. I will say it like Muhammad Ali said it. You don't lose if you get knocked down. You only lose if you stay down. So FNMs, we will get back up. We will get back up. FNMs, what now? What will we do now? Now we can cry and complain about the past mistakes, and there were mistakes, or we can acknowledge them, apologize for them, and then learn from them. Listen, I am done with the blaming. I am done with the complaining. The Bahamas needs more than just a new day slogan. We need a better day and a better way. A vision for a better Bahamas. A vision for the young man in Baintown. A vision for the mother in Sweetenski. A vision for the father in Inagua. A vision of real economic empowerment, opportunity, and ownership. A vision of a digital country driven by technology. Grand Bahama, where are you, Grand Bahama? Grand Bahama, oh, my Grand Bahama. Let me just send a quick shout out to East Grand Bahama. Let me say, thank you. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. Grand Bahama has shown that in spite of it all, Grand Bahama was, is, and remains FNM country. Grand Bahama, even though we didn't get it all right, and we made some mistakes, you have been faithful to the FNM. You deserve to have your new airport. You deserve to have your new hospital. You deserve to have a renewed economy. Now I know it will not all be fixed in 5 months. I get that. But we are further away than when we started. We left the plan in place for the airport. We left the plan in place for the hotel. We left the plan and the funding in place for the hospital and the new school. And please, please, pay the people for the Hurricane Dorian home repair. It is unconscionable that not one person has been paid for home repair program since election. Unconscionable. Now let's talk a little bit about investments. Imagine real economic empowerment and employment by facilitating Bahamian foreign investment approval in hours or days, not months and years. Yes, we saw tremendous development, and it was our plan to create Invest Bahamas. But we must make it easier and better for Bahamians and investors. FNMs. Imagine a Bahamas driven by digital technology. Imagine. Our country needs a digital transformation. This is the key to the ease of doing business. You know, we prove this. We prove this by the creation of the My Gateway platform. This transformed the wait time at the passport office, road traffic, police certificates, and the Registrar General's office. But while we perform the largest digital transformation in our history, we have only scratched the surface. And we need things like a digital ID. Our schools need a full digital transformation. National insurance. Could you imagine a 70, 80-year-old person having to show up physically to national insurance just to verify that they are alive? We need a full digital transformation of our hospitals, our roads, our ports, customs, the public service, the post office, all need a digital transformation. Getting business started digitally should only take hours, not months. Opening a bank account digitally should only take a day, not months and sometimes years. FNMs. This is just a part of the vision. But we must also demonstrate that we have the capability to carry out and to deliver. This requires building trust and respect of the people that we wish to serve. We must work our butts off to earn the trust and confidence of the Bahamian people once again. This is not an entitlement. It must be earned. Quite frankly, we must work harder than we've ever worked before to get it back. We cannot sit back and expect people to support us just because we wear red. Those days are gone. We cannot just talk about better. We must actually do better and show them better. FNMs, there is no substitute for character. There's no substitute for unity. And there's no substitute for values. We must demonstrate that we are on one accord. We must demonstrate that politics should be about service and not just about attaining power. FNMs, do not lose hope. Do not lose faith. We must press on, FNMs. The fight is not about us. We must continue to fight for our country. We must continue to press on for our country. My brothers and sisters, we must press. The Bahamas is worth fighting for. So we must press. Because the FNM is still the best party to govern this country. So we must press, FNM. We must press. The Bahamas needs an FNM that is united. The Bahamas needs an FNM that is strong. And the Bahamas needs an FNM that is together. So we must press on. Torchbearers, we must press on. Women's Association, we must press on. MCMs, associations, we must press on. All hands on deck. Former candidates, former MPs, former ministers, yes, former prime ministers, the country still needs you. The FNM still needs you. My brothers and sisters, we must press on. We must press on. My parliamentary colleagues, the Fantastic Four and the Magnificent Seven. We may be small in numbers, but we sure ain't silent. We will speak on. We will speak loud, and we will press on. Mr. Leader, your job is not an easy job. But when times get difficult, when times get hard, stay strong, my brother. Stay strong, my brother. Press on, my brother. Press on, my brother. Press on towards the mark for the prize of the high calling. Pressing onward, marching together, staying steady. and steady onward, lifting up our heads to the rising sun, till the road we've trod leads unto our God. FNM, FNM, FNM. God bless you and good night.
The tide will never